JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, double murder in St. James. 2 men were shot dead during an attack by a gunman in Sharon Hill in Green Pond, Montego Bay, St. James last night. One of the dead men has been identified as 20-year-old O'Neill Thelwell, also known as CJ, an unemployed resident of Bridgetown District in Green Pond. The other victim has not yet been identified. Police described him as slim-built, of fair complexion, and 6 feet tall. It is reported that about 10 p.m., residents reported hearing loud explosions sounding like gunshots and summoned the police. On arrival, police found Thelwell's body along a dirt track, lying on its right side in a pool of blood, with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was wearing white merino, black Puma underwear, green camouflage jeans shorts, and multicolored socks. The body of the unidentified man was seen lying on his back, with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. It was clad in a blue shirt, blue and yellow shorts. He sported a cornrow hairstyle. The men were taken to the Conroe Regional Hospital where they were pronounced dead. The bodies were later removed to the morgue. Police said at least 20 spent shells, most of them from high-powered rifles, were found at the scene. Police probing gun murder of Portmore man. The Portmore police are probing the shooting death of a man at his home in a section of the municipality on the weekend. He has been identified as 33-year-old Michael Edwards of Bonita Way in Brayton, Portmore. Details into the incident are sketchy, but reports are that residents heard explosions coming from Edwards' house about 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. Residents and relatives went to investigate and later found Edwards suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Anti-gang task force seized cache of ammunition under makeshift beds in Westmoreland. The Joint Anti-Gang Task Force is reporting that they have seized 75 rounds of ammunition during an operation in Whithorn, Westmoreland, on Friday, March 11. Reports are that about 5:45 p.m., the security forces recovered 55 5.56mm rounds, 18 9mm rounds, and 2.40mm rounds beneath makeshift beds in huts on a hillside in the community. It was not disclosed whether anyone was arrested in connection with the find. Investigations continue. In the meantime, the task force says it will continue to carry out activities in an attempt to reduce violent crimes across the island and ensure citizens' safety and security. Woman gets 2 years probation for making up story that she was raped. A woman was charged with creating public mischief after the police said she falsely claimed that she was raped last year was given 2 years probation in the St. Anne Parish Court last Friday. The woman's identity has been withheld due to the nature of the case. She had pleaded guilty to the charges prior to her sentencing before Senior Parish Court Judge Michelle Salmon. Initial reports of the rape of the woman sparked concern and fear among many Jamaicans after details circulated on social media in January 2021. The woman was also reported missing and found days later, the social media report said at the time. But after the police conducted a probe, it was determined that the woman had concocted her rape story. According to court documents, the woman reportedly stated that she was distressed at the time she opted to disappear. She is to be assisted with counseling by the probation department over the next 2 years as part of her sentence. At a February 2021 meeting of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation, head of the St. Anne Police Superintendent Dwight Powell warned persons against making false claims. I'm going to say to the public that whenever they are making reports to the police, they must be certain of where they are going, because when those reports are investigated and they are not proven, there are other recourses that are left for law enforcement, Powell said. 2 women charged for Kingston robbery. A makeup artist and higgler were slapped with robbery and aggravation charges after they were accused of robbing a man $20,000 Jamaican dollars in downtown Kingston on Monday, March 14. Charged are 21-year-old Moesha Smile, otherwise called Browning, a makeup artist of Seabreeze Avenue, and 25-year-old Crystal Wagon, higgler of Drackett's Place, both in Kingston. Reports are that about 5:55 p.m., the complainant was at the intersection of Tower and Princess Streets in downtown Kingston when he was approached by Smile and Wagon, who brandished knives and proceeded to rob him of $20,000 Jamaican dollars. The woman then escaped in the area. A report was made to the police, and Smile and Wagon were pointed out by the man. They were subsequently arrested and charged. I stick to FLA Review Board gun permit recommendations, says Chang. Citing a policy shift, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang says he does not review the recommendations of the Review Board of the Firearm Licensing Authority FLA in relation to the granting of firearm license. He said that the policy shift was implemented in 2017. Chang, who is also chairman of the Joint Select Committee reviewing the Firearms Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act 2022, told lawmakers today that he has never reviewed the decisions of the review board of the FLA. He said that since 2017, the government introduced significant policy changes aimed at correcting the irregularities and deficiencies uncovered in the special report of the Integrity Commission that was tabled in Parliament last week. Given reasons for the policy change, Chang told committee members that the government found it inappropriate that a policy unit within the Ministry of National Security should be asked to review the work of a high-level panel. The review board is headed by a former president of the Court of Appeal and supported by a former senior deputy director of public prosecutions and a retired senior police officer. We find the character of the chairman of this panel to be unimpeachable and beyond reproach. As a result, the findings and recommendations of the board are accepted as recommended, Chang said. The security minister's remarks come against the background of a damning Integrity Commission report on the FLA issuance of firearm license to persons with criminal traces. The commission charged the former government minister Robert Montague knowingly granted a firearm permit to 6 people with criminal traces while he was National Security Minister. Montague, who was the minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, resigned last Wednesday. The legislation gives the security minister the power to recommend gun permits, whether entirely of his own volition or on the recommendation of a review board. The Integrity Commission also cited Peter Bunting, who was National Security Minister between 2012 and 2016, for granting a license to a man whose United States records for drug trafficking were expunged. The other concerned another man who was never charged for that matter. An assault case against him was dismissed, and the judge made no orders in another. Bunting has taken issue with the final report, saying it had left out important parts of his submission relating to the role of the Firearm Review Board, which would assist the public in distilling the facts of the cases. At today's committee meeting, Chang said that administrative processes have been put in place at the FLA to prevent the kind of errors and deficiencies flagged in the Commission's report. Some of the administrative changes that have been implemented at the FLA are: in 2017, Major General Anthony Anderson, former chairman of the board of the FLA, introduced a system where only board members who attend the meeting are allowed to sign off on applications, and reports should be signed by all board members attending. Greater relationship with the National Intelligence Bureau and other intelligence agencies established as the FLA moved towards a more system check for the security clearance of applicants. The board no longer reverses its own decisions or that of previous boards. The board no longer considers applications unless all security clearances are attached to the files. The Morph Rapid machine was installed, which provides electronic reports on the criminal background, if any, of all holders or applicants within seconds. This continuation of the practice, where staff members of the FLA or other third parties sign for or collect packages on behalf of applicants or holders. Third-party renewals have been discontinued. Online tracking system for applications established. The authority's website has been renovated. There has been upward of 70% turnover of staff at the authority since 2017. All staff members who are brought in are fully vetted and undergo integrity testing. All board members must pass fit and proper criteria. 18 new COVID cases in Jamaica, 1 death recorded. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 18 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death on Monday, March 14, bringing the infection total to 120,418 and total deaths to 2,851. The new cases comprise 12 females and 6 males, with ages ranging from 10 months to 79 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 7, St. James 6, Manchester 1, Portland 1, St. Anne 1, St. Catherine 1, and Westmoreland 1. The deceased is an 89-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew. There were 108 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 79,633. Currently, 68 people are hospitalized, 4 of whom are severely ill, while 2 are critically ill and 10 are moderately ill. The Health Ministry reported a positivity rate of 5.1%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.